Hey guys, it is Cthulthu here, and here I am slaying back to normal. Well, sort of anyway, but I've started slaying again, and I'm killing these guys for the first time, and I'm getting used to it a little bit. And yeah, I'm just doing everything as basic as possible. So, for example, my selection of abilities are the default ones, the ones that are picked out for you. And it seems to be working fine for me so far. If you can recommend any alterations, any abilities, especially threshold abilities that you like to use, I guess there are not actually that many to choose from anyway, so it's not like I have too much of a selection. But I mean, if I think about it, I think there must be 3 for attack and 3 for strength. I think that's how they've done it. So they basically have 3 thresholds for each attack style, and then obviously 6 for melee, I guess, in total. I don't know how it works, but I can't use all the thresholds, so yeah, give me some suggestions. The only one that I know that I need, I believe it's called Flurry. Whenever the Aerots go aggressive, go berserk on me, then I use the Flurry, but otherwise I think that's the only mechanic I need to know about. So yeah, this is a new experience for me, not only in the fact that I'm killing a new NPC, but also that I'm killing an NPC that has a special ability that I have to watch out for. And I have to counter-attack as well. And to be honest, I mean, you know, when I stopped playing this game, evolution of combat was really only one factor. I mean, at the end of the day, I was getting bored of RuneScape at the time as well. I needed a break, and I needed to do something else. And also, I found myself with just such little time to play. I mean, nothing has changed in the last factor. You know, I've still got very little time to play. Probably get away with about doing 1 Slayer task a day, and then I have the weekends. Like I said, I have one day weekend, one weekend, a normal weekend the other week. So this is the other week where I get both days off, and yeah, so I'm spending some time actually playing the game. The other 2 things, though, I mean, evolution of combat, obviously that's changed now in the way that I can choose to go fully automatic, I can choose to be fully manual, which is essentially evolution of combat, or I can do this revolution ability, and to be honest, even though the full automatic, which is called momentum, is the closest you're going to get to the old type of RuneScape. I mean, firstly, it's obviously not possible to use that, for example, here, not very successfully anyway. But secondly, you know, I don't actually find it as much fun as this. What I like about this, and what I hate about evolution of combat, as in the original idea, is that I'm having to spam all these basic abilities, and I don't want to be. And it just takes an awful lot more effort and concentration, and you don't have time to do anything else whatsoever. And even though Revolution is still engaging in the way that you still need to use certain thresholds, you still want to use certain thresholds at certain times to speed up a kill, it's not as demanding, and that's what I like about Revolution. So, you know, I'm not going fully automatic, I'm also not going fully manual, I'm going to be right in between with the Revolution. That is, I think, it was always the best in between, and it's one that I'm enjoying right now. So, that being said, I should play a little bit more RuneScape now. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I guess there's always going to be a point at which you get bored of doing the same thing over and over again, and that is Slayer. And I guess I need to work out. Firstly, I need to work out a goal. I mean, I can't just be playing aimlessly. There must be a reason I'm doing it. The other thing is, right now, this is just unsocial gaming. This is just me. You know, I don't know. Is it nostalgia? I don't know if you can call it nostalgia if it's only been a year since you stopped playing. But there has to be more to it. I mean, I need a goal, but also I need to start. I need to start interacting with people again, because, well, that's how I managed to play for so long. I mean, I managed to play 10 years, an entire decade, not just because of the game, not just because of the constant updates, which always helps, you know, some fresh content every single week, that always helps, but it's because of the people that I knew. It's the people that I could boss hunt with. It's also the can't think of the word, but what I'm relating it back to is the fact that I was a clan leader, that I had a clan, and that the clan was about 8 years old by the time I left it, and unfortunately it seems to have just disappeared. It doesn't seem to have lasted in this last year, unfortunately. And while I might not, well, no, I definitely won't go back into leading a clan or making a clan or anything like that. I need to start socializing again in this game, because otherwise I'm just going to get bored very fast. You can't play this game solo, and if you do, then I think, well, you're not going to last very long, firstly, and you're probably not going to enjoy it very much either. So, those are two things that need to change if I'm going to continue playing. But yeah, I guess I've said my piece. So things should resume as normal, and hopefully I won't keep bringing up this revolution thing. Hopefully this now just becomes normal, and we just get on with it. So yeah, I mean, if we are to get on with it, I guess one thing to talk about is the fact that I now get to choose whether I want to create another Slayer resource tab for the third time running, or whether I'll do something different this time. So just in case you didn't know, I mean, over the course of, well, over the period of time I've been creating videos, there's almost always been a resource tab of some sort. I mean, the first time I did it looked incredible, and eventually I sold my resource tab in order to buy a purple party hat. But when I say it's amazing, I meant, I would go to Dagonoth Kings for Dagonoth tasks, and I would only kill the Rex and Dagonoth Rex, and I would end up with something, well, at the end of it, I ended up with maybe, I don't know actually, I can't really say with much confidence how many there were, but I think it's safe to say that there were more than 20 Berserker Rings, more than 20 Dragon Axes, of course at the old value that they used to be, so probably about 5 mil each, and that was nice. That would have been 200 mils worth of loot in just rings and hatchets. So that was the first time I did it was the best time. The second time, I guess it kind of got overrun, because when I say Slayer resource tab, I don't just mean Slayer drops, I mean resources that I just naturally gather, and instead of selling them I would just, collect them. So one of the biggest items that had a huge impact on the resource tab last time round was snapdragon farming. So I think I had about 8,000 snapdragons at one point at the old price. So I think that eventually got up to that tab got up to be worth around 120 mil or something like that. So whether I do that again, I don't know. I mean, I think everyone's doing it nowadays, unfortunately. When I started, I do believe I was one of the pioneers, but also that's not to say I wasn't still copying somebody. I just happened to be one of the first people. But the person I copied was a guy called Enrix EB, I think. Can't remember his name fully, but for me, he was like a Slayer legend. I don't think he ever got really high up, and I don't know if he ever got 200 mil. I guess I kind of lost track, but he used to produce a couple of videos every now and again. No commentary or anything like that, I don't think. Just showing what his bank looked like, and then you got up to the Slayer drops tab, and it was amazing, and I thought, well, I want to do that. So, but I think that's a bit overdone now, so I don't know. Do I do that just anyway? Not just because I want to create another amazing resource tab with just tons of resources, but also because I'm too lazy to sell my items one by one, and also I like how clutter-free my bank becomes, because every time you have a Slayer task and you just get rid of all those items into your bank, they're all sorted out into the resource tab because the item is already in the bank, so there's already a stack for it, so it doesn't just end up wherever you're dumping your gear into. So that's quite a nice thing to have. So maybe I will do it just out of pure laziness of not wanting to sell each and every item as I get it. On the other hand, what I thought would be quite nice is to just every single Sunday sell the items, and instead of just building this huge resource tab, just have a look at how much I'm actually gaining from Slayer on a weekly basis. And I mean, again, it might not work out for the best because it wouldn't be too impressive, given the fact that I could probably only manage a couple of Slayer tasks at very most on the weekdays, and then maybe maybe 4 to 5 on the weekend, depending on how generous I am with my time for RuneScape. But yeah, it's you know, I guess if I was to do that, I feel it would be more interesting, but I also think that it wouldn't be worth much, given that I would do so little to actually add to it every single week. But you guys let me know what you would like to see, and I'll take that into account. I mean, ultimately it's a decision I need to make, but doesn't help to have a bit of input. And then apart from slaying, guys, I mean, is there anything else I should do? I mean, I looked at all the stuff that I need to do for my completionist cape. To be honest, I just can't be bothered to do most of it. I guess at very least I want to get 99 divination over and done with before I start thinking about all the other things that I need to do. Also, I believe these errats are actually part of one of the completionist cape requirements, and that is to make this mask that you eventually get the items from these guys. And I think there are 5 pieces, and I got 4 of them. I got 4 within about 20 kills. So I thought I was definitely going to get the 5th by the end of my first task, but unfortunately not. I didn't get that 5th task. It remains elusive. So guys, I think that's everything I wanted to say in this video for now. But yeah, give me ideas on what else I can do. And I think I might spend one episode, probably my next episode, with a bit of footage from Bandos. I think it would just be nice to go back there. I don't know how Bandos works anymore. I mean, someone explained to me that you know, normal Bandos is still quite normal, just like it used to be. One thing I do still want to know though is whether it's instanced, because I instanced. Yeah, that's not coming out right, is it? Whether it's an instance or not, because well, because I know that the hard Bandos is an instance. In other words, you can do it by yourself, and you can do it without any interruption from somebody else, just like fight caves basically, or fight pits. No, fight caves. Fight pits or fight caves. No, it's definitely fight caves. Yeah, so I don't know if normal Bandos is also an instance, but I'm hoping so, because it would be so nice to be able to go to Bandos without having to hop from world to world to world, and it would also be very nice not to get crashed in the middle. So yeah, I hope that's the case. Also, I have to look into these potents or signs or whatever they're actually called in terms of divination, because I know that there's one for keeping you alive just in case you die, and again, that's another thing that I'd quite like to have, because I can be a bit of a klutz when it comes to combat in general. I generally end up dying somehow. I haven't died just yet since I've been back, which is a bit of a miracle. I have come close a couple of times, both at Mithril Dragons and here at Errats, where one almost killed me. So I have got close a couple of times, but nothing just yet. I'm probably going to have to learn what items to keep and what items that I can let drop on the floor. I'm guessing my cape is one of those items I don't want on the floor, so I'll have to work it all out. I think I can safely say that the 3 items I would probably make sure I have in my inventory are my two swords, just in case that degrades to 0. I forgot whether it does or doesn't, and also what was it again? Oh, and the cape. Yeah, those 3 items I will secure. Again, I'd be appreciative to know what kind of things I should be saving and what I should never ever let drop, because I know there are things out there that I should never do. I think maybe the new charm thing is one of those items that I wouldn't want to drop on the floor, because I don't know, does it degrade? Does it disappear altogether? I know Gem Bag does, so you know, I have to be careful about these things. Anyway guys, that really is it. We're up to 14 minutes already, so thank you for watching guys. Until next time, see you around.